The fine arts side of Kirkwood has some exciting new developments as they prepare to perform the 1989 musical City of Angels.
I actually heard about it before the end of the semester last year. We were in choir, I think, and then Kiser came out with the name of the musical.
And they had said they were doing City of Angels, and I went home and I listened to all of it.
I listened to the soundtrack.
Basically learned the music that day because I liked it so much.
And then they had us read a piece of music from the musical.
I just gave it my best shot.
We spoke to the director of this Kirkwood production for more information on the musical.
I'm Rick Anderson, and I was director of theater here at Kirkwood until I retired in June. But I'm back as a professor emeritus and as a guest director for this season.
Opening night for this production is Thursday, November 2nd at 7:30 p.m. It continues through Friday and Saturday at the same time, and on Sunday it closes with a matinee at 2 o'clock.
Hi, my name is Fred Kiser. With the musical, I serve as the music director. That job entails, teaching the students all of their songs and working with them in that way. And then I will direct the orchestra, the pit orchestra, for the production.
Rick and Dr. Kiser are both part of the team that chooses the season's repertoire for Kirkwood.
I walked in his office one day and said, "So what do you think of City of Angels?" And he said, "Let's do it."
I had actually been involved in a production of this a few years back, and so was familiar with the music and kind of some of the ways that the production goes.
It's about a novelist who writes like gumshoe novels, and he's writing for a film.
My character is a writer who writes a pretty good book, but when it turns out that it's going to become a movie, the producer wants to change a lot of the book. And the book reflects a lot of Stein's life.
He wanted something else. For a better reason than wanting something else, I would have given him something else, and a hell of a lot
better. The book is about a detective named Stein Stone. So it's basically like his opposite self, what he wants to be, what he wants to get from people, and then he writes about these other people in his book.
Stone is a detective in LA. He used to be a sort of cop before, and then some stuff sort of went down, and it spiraled him down to being a private investigator. He knows to trust his gut when it comes to making a decision. However, he does also have a weakness for certain things, like in this case, dames. He is very weak to strong women.
I'm Eboni Teague. I am a freshman here, and the name of my character is Alaura Kingsley. I think she's like a femme fatale that will do anything to get what she wants. She's very diabolical, yet sexy. Every single thing she does is like thought out.
Considering his chances.
Rick Anderson says the show conveys a lot about how people are treated in the film industry.
Now we're starting to say, hey, wait a minute, the way you treat women is wrong. This is the wrong thing to do. You see that happen. You also see kind of the alienation of people of color from film. They're trying to keep politics out, and the director is always talking about, let's leave those issues alone. We don't need to bring that in, and then they rewrite a scene.
Go into 2. What was wrong with that? Why'd he change it?
And it doesn't really reflect what the writer wants to reflect and what he wants to get to the public. However, our audience gets to see both sides because they get to see the scene before it was cut and before it was rewritten and why it was done.
So we can kick you in the teeth.
The music in this production is of a jazz style reminiscent of the 40s and 50s. We spoke to Fred Kiser about why music is important in City of Angels.
When you talk out, I love you, or I hate you, or what have you, you say it once and you're done, you move on. But when you can sing it in a song and talk about how you feel, and you've got the melody and the lyrics and the harmonies, that somehow makes it better, special, different.
I think that the music in this musical is fantastic, especially in like certain duets, certain solos within the music. They are phenomenal.
I'm definitely not used to this because I never played anybody in the 1940s, so it's more fast paced and everything. So yeah, it's not something I'm used to, but I really like it.
It has to be some of the toughest music I've personally had to perform, but it's probably some of the best music I've had to perform.
It's very upbeat, and then there's some, you know, slower songs, and I think a lot of people will enjoy the songs because they're very catchy.
It's a great experience to be a part of a cast that really enjoys the music altogether.
What I love about doing shows here is that I do see students grow and have these opportunities to be lead actors or to be even any cast member with a singing part. You see that progression as they start to learn their notes, they start to learn their lines.
We have 20 students acting in it. I don't know how many backstage. I want to say 10 to 12 people working backstage between wardrobe and scene shifts and props and things. So we have quite a few people working on this particular production for sure.
As they develop that character and that stage presence, yes, it's great for the musical, it's great being part of that, but their leadership, their self-confidence, their public speaking, all of those kinds of things also wrap up in being involved in a production.
Attending the show is free for all students, staff, and faculty. Otherwise, tickets are $10 and senior citizens get in for half price. So don't miss this exciting opportunity on November 2nd through 5th to experience some great theater.